Welcome back, students, to the last part of the chapter 1.8, Voyaging Towards Excellence. Remember, we had stopped at the point where the author says that we should start worshipping nature and start following the religion of humanity. Now, what's next after completion of IIT? I am on page 83. He says he passed IIT and after that he joined a non-violent social movement for tribals. He started working for tribals with Sarvodaya. Sarvodaya, actually it's a philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, and Sarvodaya means upliftment for all or progress for all. Okay. It's a and also a peaceful satyagraha. He went to jail for that 10 days, and then he came back to Mumbai. He was jobless for some time, and then he also says he has worked for rupees 125 to supervise workers at the night shift in a mechanical workshop. He has changed 13 houses in Mumbai and then finally settled on the information IT sector. He has taken up that as a career, and he has successfully completed 32 years in the IT industry. In which he was the chief executive officer or the MD of the software company and headed so many software professionals all across the world. And he says he has also traveled worldwide for business purpose. Then he says, during this period, I also have written 4 books with 500 to 700 pages each on information technology, which is published by Tata McGraw-Hill. Now, Tata McGraw-Hill is an American learning math company, and it's one of the educational publishers, and then it has been translated into Chinese for global distribution. Then he shares some important things. What are the things that he learned? The first thing he talks about is the importance of teamwork. That's absolutely essential when you are heading a big company. Okay, so he says there is nothing possible without a team work. See, you delegate work, and if you don't know to control your team, your work cannot be completed, and it will not lead to 100% perfection, right? So and the target cannot be achieved unless and until there is a good teamwork involved. And then you cannot be successful if you are a loner. Okay, you have to work with the team. You cannot say I cannot get along with the team. So you have to work with the team. Keep aside your ego. Okay, keep aside your pride and don't think that you are somebody great. Secondly, he says for a team to work successfully, one needs to have a good team leader, right? For you to become a team leader, you have to set a perfect example. For example, if you want perfection in your work, first thing is you got to come on time, finish your work on time, then and there itself. So if you don't follow these principles, how can you expect your colleagues or your team to do the same? Just not giving them the directions, that's not enough. You should set an example for them. You should be like that at first stage. Then he says that you have to treat your subordinates and your colleagues as friends. Okay, don't make them of course, even if you are the boss, don't show that to them. Okay, make or create such an atmosphere whereby they feel at ease to work with you. Okay, so but these are some things which he learned, but then he says that, see, nobody is perfect, everybody learns from experiences, and he says he has also made a fair share of his mistakes. See, if you make mistakes and you learn from that. So he has learned a lot about motivation. Okay, so you need to be first motivated, be driven, and then you have to be a good listener. You have to listen to your team mates, your colleagues, your subordinates. You have to set the target and you have to fulfill that. And the art of delegation, you have to, divide the work, give the work to people who are capable of that, and see that it is being completed. This is what he says, it's a part of management. This is what all you learn in MBA, the business administration, right? This is how it is carried out. But then, whatever it is, he has spent so many years in the software industry, he says, but still there was a longingness to come back to his first love, and that is to read and write. That is somewhere deep down he wanted to do, read and write on various subjects. So, money does not matter to him. So, even if he was offered somewhere around 3 crore rupees per annum per year, he declined that just to go back to what he really liked. Okay, and that's how he says his second career, second inning, okay, began as a writer, and that too he started writing in his mother tongue, that's Marathi. And he says proudly that he has published somewhere written about 34 books in Marathi, and they've become bestsellers. Then again he says, he's being very humble, and he says it is not the sales or the money that matters, but it is saying that reading, the books that he has written is written with the intention of changing the society, and has definitely has affected the he says it has brought good changes in the lives of thousands of readers. Okay, and then he says, my autobiography, Musafir, a book on psychology, Mannat, hundreds have come out of depression, and more than dozens have been come out of the thoughts of committing suicide and decided to start it all fresh. This is something a book can do. It can transform you. It can change your outlook towards life. If you are absolutely going negative, such inspirational books can motivate you to see to the brighter side of life. And there are so many people, there's always a public feedback that comes. So he says they have understood the theory of relativity, Big Bang, and the book on science, K. Mayagar, my book Boardroom on Management. And then the people who said that they could not understand the Economic Times or the NDTV Profit, they have started to understand it better after reading his book on economics, that is Arthat. Then he has written books on mathematics as well, Indian music, painting, Western films, Western music. Okay, so the list is endless, it goes on. It is these reactions of thousands of readers and the feeling that I'm touching. See, somewhere he's in the hearts of the people. He knows the pulse of the readers, what they like reading and not. If not lakhs of my readers, but then it has affected many. It has brought a change in the lives of many, and that is more than enough for him, he says. And then he's coming back to the fact that why am I sharing all this? Why am I telling you my story? This is because when I look back, there are a number of lessons and values. So this is what he wants to share with everybody, not keep it to himself. It is not supposed to be, treasured and kept in a lock, but he wants to share it to the world. He says, I cherish and keep learning even today. Learning never stops, for that matter. It's a never ending process. You have to just keep your heart and mind open, and that is possible only if you follow these simple things in life. The very fact that he points out some few things, the thirst for knowledge, curiosity, humility, humanity, rationality, equality, teamwork, quest for excellence, never say die, and thinking big, thinking out of the box. Okay, this is the fundamentals which he has given us. This is something which is not going to change in the coming years. It's all required, and 100% he says if you apply all these techniques in your life, definitely you will become a successful person. Okay, no doubt about that. So I we'll stop the lecture here. I hope you understood. Thank you.